Before we begin, I want you to think about something for a moment. Imagine working for years, sacrificing sleep, privacy, and even your freedom just to make people happy. Imagine giving your youth to your dream, and then one day, everything you built starts getting attacked from every direction. Now imagine that's your life. Because for BTS right now, this isn't just news. It's a storm. And today, we're going to break down everything happening, not rumors, not noise, but the real story behind the headlines. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear goes deeper than you think. For over a decade, BTS has been unstoppable. They didn't just rise, they changed the entire music industry. They proved that language isn't a barrier. They proved that passion travels. They proved that 7 individuals can move millions of hearts across the world. But success at that level comes with a price. The bigger you become, the bigger the target on your back. And lately, that pressure has turned into something darker. Not just criticism, not just competition, but fear, controversy, and questions about safety. Let's start with something that shook fans deeply. Jungkook had just completed his military service. Fans were celebrating. The long wait was finally over. But then, something terrifying happened. Late at night, around 11:20 p.m., a woman was spotted outside his home. She wasn't just passing by. She was trying to get in. Over and over again, she entered random codes into his door lock. Hopping one of them would work. Think about that. Someone standing outside your home, trying to break in while you're inside. A neighbor noticed. The police were called. She was arrested on the spot. And when questioned, she said she traveled from another country just to see him face to face. No weapons. No clear plan to harm. But let's be honest, intention doesn't erase danger. Because crossing that line, from admiration to intrusion, is where things become serious. And here's the part that left fans stunned. No charges were filed. The reason? She didn't get inside. She went back home. Authorities believe she won't do it again. But for fans, that explanation wasn't enough. Because the real question is, what message does that send? If someone can attempt to break into a celebrity's home and walk away without consequences, what stops the next person from trying again? This isn't just about one incident. It's about safety. It's about boundaries. And it's about how far obsession can go when it's not taken seriously. While Jungkook faced a real-world threat, V is dealing with something just as dangerous in a different way. A digital attack. It started with something small. An Instagram account. A mysterious one that some people claim belongs to him. No confirmation. No proof. Just speculation. But in today's world, speculation spreads faster than truth. Old rumors were dug up. Screenshots resurfaced. Connections were forced where none were proven. Suddenly, people began questioning his character based on assumptions. And that's how a narrative begins. Not with facts, but with repetition. The more something is repeated, the more real it feels, even if it's not. And that's exactly what makes this situation so concerning. Because once a rumor attaches itself to a name, it's hard to remove, no matter how false it is. But this didn't stop at rumors. Fans started noticing patterns. Accounts posting similar content. New profiles appearing at the same time. Clips being edited, taken out of context, and shared widely. It didn't feel random. It felt coordinated. Like someone, or a group, was trying to push a specific narrative. A smear campaign. Now, we need to be careful here. Not every negative post is part of a conspiracy. But when multiple signals line up, timing, content, behavior, it raises questions. Are these just individuals? Or something more organized? Some fans even suspect troll farms, Groups that deliberately spread misinformation to manipulate public opinion. If that's true, then this isn't just about fan wars anymore. This becomes something much bigger. Because organized digital attacks can damage reputations, careers, and mental health. And once that machine starts moving, it's very hard to stop. Things escalated even more after a charity event. An event meant to spread awareness and support a serious cause. But instead of focusing on the mission, the internet focused on appearances. Clips went viral showing luxury outfits, dancing, and what looked like a party atmosphere. People started asking, was this really about charity? Or just another celebrity gathering? And somehow, V became one of the main targets. Even though he wasn't the organizer. Even though he didn't control the event. He was there. And in today's digital world, being present is sometimes enough to be blamed. Criticism turned into accusations. Accusations turned into attacks. And once again, the line between truth and perception blurred. So why is all of this happening now? Why does it feel like BTS is under constant attack? The answer isn't simple. But one thing is clear. They didn't just succeed. They dominated. And when one group stays at the top for too long, it changes the environment around them. In highly competitive industries, success isn't always celebrated. Sometimes it's resented. Because every win for one group feels like a loss for another. And over time, that frustration builds. Add social media to the mix. And suddenly, negativity spreads faster than positivity. Because outrage gets attention. And attention is currency online. There are also people who simply enjoy creating chaos. They don't care about music. They don't care about truths. They care about reactions. And BTS, being one of the most visible names in the world, becomes the easiest target. Here's the irony. The same success that made BTS global icons is the same thing that makes them vulnerable. More fame equals more exposure. More exposure equals more scrutiny. And more scrutiny equals more chances for distortion. Every action gets analyzed. Every moment gets clipped. Every word gets interpreted. Sometimes fairly. Sometimes not. And when millions are watching, even small things can become massive controversies. And yet, despite everything, they continue to achieve the impossible. Jungkook's solo success is proof of that. Breaking records, reaching milestones no one expected. Even while dealing with pressure, noise, and fear, the music continues to win. Which says something powerful. Because real impact doesn't disappear because of controversy. It survives it. Now let's talk about something that could have serious consequences behind the scenes. There's an ongoing investigation involving the company's founder. Authorities are reviewing financial decisions from the past. No charges have been filed yet, but the possibility of an arrest warrant has created uncertainty. And when leadership is questioned, it affects everything. The company, the artists, the future plans. Even if BTS isn't directly involved, the ripple effects can still reach them. Because in industries like this, everything is connected. At the same time, another conversation has resurfaced. Military service. Some officials are now openly questioning whether the rules were fair. BTS brought global attention, economic impact, and cultural influence. And yet, they weren't granted exemptions. Now, years later, there's regret, debate, and calls for change. But here's the reality. Decisions made in the past can't always be undone. And while discussions may shape the future, they don't erase what already happened. When you step back and look at everything, this isn't just about one group. It's about fame in the modern world. It's about how quickly narratives can shift. It's about how difficult it is to protect truth in a space driven by speed and emotion. And most importantly, it's about the human side of celebrities. Because behind the success, behind the performances, behind the headlines, there are real people who feel fear, who feel pressure, who carry expectations. So what happens next? Will the investigation lead to charges? Will the smear campaigns fade or grow stronger? Will safety concerns finally be taken seriously? We don't have all the answers yet. But one thing is certain. Moments like these define more than careers. They define resilience. And how people respond matters. So if you've been watching this, don't just scroll past. Think, question, and most importantly, choose truth over noise. Because in a world full of voices, the loudest one isn't always the right one. If you want more deep breakdowns like this, not just headlines, but the real story behind them, make sure you stay connected. Because what's happening right now isn't over. And the next chapter could change everything.